Go inside Day 1 of the final Warped Tour. Dollskin, Amity Affliction. Inside Day 1 Warped Tour 2018. Vans Warped Tour mastermind, Kevin Lyman, announced that the 2018 run of the popular summer event would be its last. After 20 years of sharing new bands with eager fans, developing a special music community, and providing one of the most iconic stages for artists to play, it's time to say goodbye to the beloved music experience. But we've still got one summer left, and Warped Tour is going to make it unforgettable. Follow Recording Academy host Ryan J. Downey during opening day of Warped Tour 2018 in Pomona, Kalof, on June 21. He takes us inside the festival to see the crowd, find out why fans love the festival, take a peek at the festival's community, see bands in action on stage, check out the half-pipe, and see some of the characters in the crowd. Also find out why bands Dollskin, Dead Girls Academy, Issues, and Tonight Alive love playing Warped Tour. Real Big Fish offer a suggest for the next iteration, a cruise, while Wage War and Echo Smith reflect on how Warped Tour has supported artists over the years. We the Kings share how they snuck into their first Warped Tour, and the Houston Amity Affliction remember how the show represents the pinnacle of success. Given what we saw and heard, this is one summer festival you don't want to miss. So if Warped Tour is headed your way this summer, the time to get in on the action is now. Catching up on music news powered by the Recording Academy just got easier. Have a Google Home device talk to Grammys. The used Burt McCracken at Warped Tour 2018. Used Burt and MCEN Warped Tour Music Airs Canyon. Since their inception in 2001, the used vocalist Burt McCracken, bassist Jeff Howard, drummer Dan Whitesides, and guitarist Joey Bradford, have amassed a passionate following thanks to their genre-bending rock music. With the release of their 2017 LP, The Canyon, which landed at number 3 on Billboard's Hard Rock Albums chart, their influence has only grown. At the first date of Warped Tour for summer 2018, our host, Ryan J. Downey, caught up with used frontman McCracken in Pomona, Kalof, on June 21, where we got the inside on the making of The Canyon, which was produced by Ross Robinson. The project, which aimed to show music in its purest form, had a profound effect on McCracken. We were greatly inspired by our live and acoustic album we did, and we wanted to make a record that let the humanity of all our mistakes and who we are as people shine through, McCracken says. Getting down to the true essence of what art is capable of was groundbreaking for me. McCracken also opened up about being sober for 6 years now, which wouldn't have happened without the support of the Recording Academy affiliated Health and Human Services charity, Music Cares. If any of you know anyone who's struggling with addiction, there's help, McCracken advises. Music Cares is personally responsible for saving this man's life. And the only reason why I mention it is because I thought I could quit doing it on my own. For a certain number of people on the planet, the only way is with professional help. Downey and McCracken also covered the importance of Warped Tour itself, especially given that the tour is closing after a 20-year run this year. For the used, after they saw the electric response of New Found Glory during their first Warped Tour experience, they knew that's what they wanted to do. And now, all these years later, that's exactly what the used has accomplished. Catching up on music news powered by the Recording Academy just got easier. Have a Google Home device talk to Grammys. Tonight Alive's Jenna McDougall on Warped Tour. Tonight Alive's Jenna McDougall specialness. Warped Tour Australian band Tonight Alive formed Down Under in Australia in 2008. Comprised of vocalist Jenna McDougall, guitarist Jake Hardy, bassist Cameron Adler, and drummer Matt Best, the band has gifted the alt-rock community with 4-length studio albums so far, including the latest January 2018 LP, Underworld. As Warped Tour veterans, our host, Ryan J. Downey, caught up with the band's lead singer McDougall at the first day of this year's festivities in Pomona, Kalof, on June 21, where she dished on the evolution of performing at the revered summer festival, the advice she would share with her younger self, and why the Warped Tour community has been so important during its 20-year run. So you have obviously done the Warped Tour before. Is it bittersweet knowing this is the last time? A little bit. I think it's going to become a little bit more painful as we get into it, recreating that bond and feeling it again. It's been a pretty life-changing tour for us. This is our 4th time. I was going to ask you if you could sum up Warped Tour in one word, and I suppose life-changing. It's hyphenated, that counts. I feel like evolution. It just gives you a chance to embody what you want to embody, and be who you want to be. You get to put that in practice every single day and really manifest your highest devotion to yourself, highest devotion to your band. I love it. What was your impression of Warped Tour growing up? Obviously not growing up in America. Was it just something you always inspired to like? I want to be on that someday. I want to go to that someday. We did. Absolutely. We grew up in Australia, and it's so far removed from everything. Every band we loved was American and all we wanted to do was become an international touring band. I remember being 14 and watching YouTube videos of Rufio. They were one of our favorite bands growing up and we got to tour with them in the following years. We were really young when we heard about Warped and we never got to be fans of the festival. We're fans of the festival, but we see it from a different perspective. We see it from the inside out or outside in. This is your fourth Warped Tour. What do you wish that you would have known the first time that you know now, the fourth time? That makes your life easier out here, maybe not even totally related, but just in general. What I wish I knew when I was younger is that I don't have to try. You just be who you are and you emit a frequency, you put out a signature and people will pick up on it if they want. And that's okay. It's not a reflection of your worthiness or your ability to be interesting or your skills or anything like that. It's not a reflection of that. It's just a reflection of whether you resonate with people. I think I always tried to perfect and control how people would receive me or our band. And now it's just amazing we get to come back this many times. I'm just happy to be here and play the music we know people love now. We don't have to project anything, so I think that comes with age as well as experience. I want to ask you, we're asking everybody that is here, if you could say anything to Kevin, Lyman, and those who run Warped Tour, given it's the last time, a thank you or anything like that. Everything I could say, they know. This has been a life-changing experience for me. It's given me a chance to cultivate a sense of identity, a sense of connecting with people and figuring out what matters to me. I love the fact that it's 6 weeks long. I'm sure in the past it has been longer, but the fact that you get to do this every day, it really challenges you and tests you. It wants you to know if this is important enough. And it is. And it creates passion and it feeds your fire, and that's the opportunity that they put in front of us as artists, but also that they put in front of kids as well, to come to a place where that energy of being an outcast and a rebel and an anti-conformist is amplified, and the safety. There's a bubble that surrounds us and it pulls us all in. I just feel for the people that live in one city and only get to see this once a year, and we get to do it 36 times a year. It's a place where all of us outsiders can come together and belong somewhere. 100%. I don't want that to go away. But we'll find other places. People will always find community in music, and music like tonight alive. Thanks for talking to us. Thank you. Catching up on music news powered by the Recording Academy just got easier. Have a Google Home device talk to Grammys. Echosmith on the final Warped Tour. Echosmith talk Warped Tour. Over My Head new album. When Echosmith first performed at Warped Tour in 2013, they were still a fledgling band few people were familiar with. But thanks in part to playing at the popular summer festival and their infectious hit Cool Kids, it wasn't long until Echosmith became an international sensation. This year, as they take the stage for the final Warped Tour, things have changed a little for the trio of siblings. Our host, Ryan J. Downey, sat down with Echosmith's Sydney, Noah and Graham Sierra Rota at the opening day of Warped Tour 2018 in Pomona, Kalof, on June 21, where they reflected on just how far the band has come since that very first Warped Tour. It's 2013 we played the first time, and then 2014, where people actually started to know who we were, says Sydney Sierra Rota. So much has happened in our lives in a personal and obviously career way, so we're just excited to be back here and play the show tonight and see so many familiar faces and new faces too. Those familiar with Echosmith will know they recently released a new single titled Over My Head, which will be featured on their upcoming sophomore album. Over My Head captures the frustrations of misunderstandings, but conveys a positive message about connecting with others, especially in today's divided political climate. It's about the frustration and the tension that comes with having miscommunications, especially with people you're close to, says Sydney Sierra Rota. It's actually a very relatable song for so many different reasons for me even. But it feels very close to my heart because I love communicating and I think it's so important we're on the same page, and even if we don't agree we know where each other stands. And while we've heard ramblings about that second LP, it seems we won't have to wait too much longer for new music. The band is nearly there, minus a few key details. We are currently finishing the sophomore album. It's very close to being done, reveals Sydney Sierra Rota. I think it's just a matter of one song that we need to add and deciding what that is and what the order is, and the title of the album and all that. But we're so close and we're just eager to get that out finally, but we want it to be right. Catching up on music news powered by the Recording Academy just got easier. Have a Google Home device talk to Grammys.